Hey guys, welcome to Power Within with me, Amy, your heart whisperer therapist. I'm a good wife.
Vicky, I'm the queen of rapid hypnosis.
Together with the Eastwoods, and we're going to be covering therapy,
Hypnotherapy,
couples relationship therapy,
hypnosis, and all the other shit in between.
If it's current, if it's relevant,
we'll be covering it. Stay tuned. Hey guys, welcome back to Power Within. Today our conversation is about ADHD and everybody in the UK that has been suffering with it. And today we have a special guest, which is April Hunter.
Mm-hmm. Nice to be on.
Yeah,
Happy
welcome.
Thank you.
Yeah, someone close to us, and we've been following her journey with ADHD. Something that we can't pretend that we're specialists in, or doctors, or experts. We're not. But we followed your journey a little bit, and it would be nice to share some of that experience.
Especially when it comes down to boxing as well, because obviously being a professional boxer, it must be quite hard to stimulate your mind.
Well, we've only recently just got the diagnosis like 2 weeks ago, but you just asked off camera before when did I know, and it's mad because I've always kind of thought it, but been a little bit in denial. But I was doing a training camp with Tasha Jonas years ago when I was in Liverpool, and she was getting a little girl diagnosed with ADHD. She just come out of it in the car. She was like, "Do you ever thought you've got ADHD?" Because like you've literally got all the signs, and I was like, so I just like sat and thought on it. I went back, and I spoke to my partner at the time, like definitely. Spoke to my friends, they were like definitely, and it kind of rolled from there. But I think boxing is a massive like outlet for us, like my energy. If I'm not training, I'm 100% worse mentally. So like you can't use it as a benefit, hyperfocus, but it's definitely got its negative side effects as well.
Yeah. Have you ever used any other medication before for ADHD?
So when I was about, so my cousin passed away when I was how old was I? I was 21. I went through like a really bad time of depression, and I ended up on antidepressants, which I thought like they were helping us. But then when I come off them for boxing, because I wanted to focus on my boxing and get fit, I realised like I struggled so much sleeping mentally and stuff like that. So I have self-medicated with sleeping tablets and stuff in the past before me boxing. So yeah, I have.
Does your boxing give you more focus to not have to medicate?
Yeah, if things are like, it's mad. It's like if you're interested in something, you can really hyper focus on it. But if you're not interested in something, like you just cannot give it your attention at all. So it's like, it's a funny one.
Yeah, your attention span's limitless.
Yeah, very, very limited. if I'm not interested, I'm like, I can't pretend to be, put it that way.
Yeah.
Like I couldn't be having a conversation. You'd know if I'm in it, I'm in it. If I'm not, I'm like there's a million thoughts in my head.
Yeah.
I've seen a few of them bits then. I'll take it.
Yeah. Sorry, mate.
I'm not personal. But we had a conversation earlier in the car, obviously, before you were there, and we went back to even that self-medicating and what that did for you. And I shared that film Limitless. I don't know if anyone's watched it, but what should calm your mind down and send you to sleep, that's what it would do for me.
Yeah.
For you, it allowed you to be productive.
Yeah, to think straight. So it was like loads of thoughts going on in my head at once, like, so I could have a sleeping tablet during the day and it would calm my brain to be able to think, to function. But obviously it doesn't really work like that because it doesn't have the effects of like you remember what you've done the day before, do you know what I mean? So it doesn't, but like it would work on my brain differently. But also I've actually never tried proper ADHD meds yet. The opposite works as well. So I think a stimulant makes you calm as well, which is crazy. But I don't know, maybe my brain's just very messed up.
I don't think it's you though, and I think even when we go into this world, I remember being at uni studying, and one of the ladies' sons was neurodiverse, and I sat there a bit naive because I don't understand it, and the more we've talked about it, things will pop up. But one of my clients explained it as having like 30 or 40 tabs open on your phone and not really knowing how to close them down.
The only way I can like describe it is, for instance, like the other day I had to go pick my car up. I needed loads of letters to be able to pick my car up, right? So while I'm thinking about all these other letters, I'll forget the main one because there's that many thoughts going on in my head. It's like I can't just focus on like one task. It'll be like I'll half get dressed. Do you know what I mean? Like I'll start getting ready and then I'll start eating my breakfast. Half, do you know what I mean? It's like it's mental. It jumps from one thing to another. Like I went to a concert before and took the television remote. Had to go through security. It was a Dave concert in Liverpool, and I'm like picking my remote up, and the security guards are laughing. It's just like, what on earth's going on? But this is this is all I live. But when I train twice a day, and I'm in a good headspace, and I've got support around us, I'm a lot better. So I think it's just environment and things going on in your life. I think obviously when I'm stressed, it's a lot worse. And just learning to manage it, really.
How do you manage that? You manage to shut them tabs down. What's going off in your head?
I'm still figuring it out.
You're still figuring it out?
Yeah, I'm still figuring it out. I think it's a learning process of it.
And I think the scary thing is you've had to just go private for that diagnosis.
Yeah.
And, you know, when we sometimes do some of our work, and I naively said to somebody once, he kept saying, I've got ADHD, but it's not been diagnosed. And I naively thought, that diagnosis isn't going to change your life. But I suppose it gives you a little bit of clarity as to why you are the way you are.
Yeah.
So yes, it doesn't change, but for you to have to go and spend private, and it's not ideal that this is the way the UK is currently, but, you know, when I searched earlier, 500,000 people are still waiting just to even try and have some level of assessment. You were fortunate enough to go and pay, get your own, but then the spiral of that, if you want medication, it's an ongoing cost to you each month.
Yeah, and not everyone's fortunate enough to be in a position to go private and pay for it. Like, to be honest, I probably wouldn't have paid for it myself. I was lucky enough my partner paid for it, but not everybody's in that position to be able to do that. So it's like, I've got the diagnosis now, but then even now, so if I'm to stay private, I've got to pay £200 a month just to be in the clinic. Then the medication's on top of that, which I don't even know what the medication is going to be yet. And it's like, how can a normal person afford that? Do you know what I mean? And then if you want to go for a right to choose through the NHS, you're still waiting 6 months. So it's like, when your life's like becoming a bit unmanageable, if there's things going on in your life where you really do need a little bit of help, it's like, it's a funny one.
How did your family and friends take it?
I've got it?
Yeah, they're very supportive.
Like, two of my cousins have got it. To be honest, like.
What about your family? Does it run in your family, do you think?
I think so. Yeah, I definitely think it's genetic, like 100%. We're all a bit nuts. So, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah.
But I guess when you say it like that, how old are you now?
30. You've just turned
So
30.
Go back 20 years ago, when you say, yeah, it runs in the family, we're all nuts. I guess when you were a little kid, it was so easy to just say, April's just a bit nuts.
I wasn't much as a little. I wouldn't say you noticed, like, as a little kid. From like 0 to 11, I was all right. Then I went to school and I was wild. So like as a kid, I was fine. I could like occupy myself with a football in the garden. I would just be playing football and thing. And then it really come out when I went to high school. So they say when you're in primary school, you're in one class, you've got one teacher, you've got a bit of like stability kind of thing. And then high school, you're like in all different classes, and then like, you know, you get overwhelmed, don't you? And that's where I become like very naughty. I drank heavily from being about 12-year-old. I thought I was an alcoholic when I was 12. Like in trouble with the police, just crazy behaviours. Which ADHD as well, but then you don't know if it's also sometimes family circumstances. Like my dad was an alcoholic, so he wasn't there, and then he used to come and then go, and then, you know, that does have its effects in like. On a kid, it does have an effect on a kid growing up. Yeah,
and obviously, you know, we know that more than a lot of families with sort of breaking cycles and generational sort of learnt behaviours. But one of the things I learnt quickly, and we've shared earlier, is you are at an increased risk of substance abuse with ADHD.
And I've got addiction in my family. Like, one of my most blessed things though was my relationship with my dad today. It's amazing. He's clean, he's sober. Got the best relationship ever. He's like such a good support system. So like, I don't hold any grudges or anything for that. Do you know what I mean? That's one of like the most stable things in my life. And my mum as well, obviously. I'm not God get some jealousy going on. That's good about my dad, not my mum. But yeah, it's just addiction runs in the family and then ADHD on top of it. But I wouldn't say my dad's got ADHD though, so I don't know. It's mad.
How old was you when you started boxing?
So I played football from being young, which kept me occupied, and I kind of started going out drinking on the streets with my friends, and I was meant to go to America, play for a scholarship, and I kind of messed that up, getting in trouble, and I snapped my ACL in my knee, and I just kind of stopped everything and was just in with the wrong crowd, just drinking, taking drugs, just not being a good person really, and fortunately I felt the effects of that because I spent a year in prison for behaviours from when I was about 18 years old, and I believe that the ADHD has an impact on that as well. So like, you know, like being too trusting, being in situations you shouldn't be, impulsivity, risk taking, and it took like, I really like found myself that year in prison when I come out, and boxing saved my life, to be honest. Like I really believe that boxing like really saved my life.
How old was you?
21, so 9 years ago now.
That's good.
9 years ago
Because
now.
you then come out, correct me if it's wrong, you then come out and you then moved away from everything that kept you in that cycle.
Yeah, what was just coming out of prison was like that was the U-turn. Like I did move away to move away just to focus on boxing as well, but it was just like, I think that year of just sitting, like not long after I got out, my cousin passed away as well, and you have to kind of deal with the guilt of like, you've been away, wasted time, and you know what I mean, shit like that, and kind of just try to channel that into me boxing and make something kind of positive out of it. But it's just one of them things.
With your boxing, what gives you the most passion with it?
I just love it. I really love me boxing. I've been so unlucky where I haven't boxed for 2 years nearly now, and it's like.
But that's going to change.
That is going to change.
That's going to change. Obviously, you hurt your knee.
Yeah.
Moving forward, obviously.
But I've been in the gym for 2 years, you know what I mean? So like I've been a bit unlucky with injuries, but it's not like I've ever took my eye off the ball with the boxing, and I do genuinely love everything about it, the training, everything. I just it's give a lot to my life.
Good.
And I owe a lot of work. Like I've done quite a bit of charity work though as well. Like I've put 50 defibrillators in amateur boxing clubs up and down the country. Like I try and give back to young amateurs in the gym. Like I work quite closely with Kev Brownlow, Holmes Chapel, and stuff like that to try and help the amateurs there. So what boxing's give me, I will try and give back as well, because I do really believe it saves kids' lives. And I think if I got into a boxing gym a bit earlier, my life might have been completely different.
And that's good. But also with ADHD, you do have like you do embrace obviously the strengths as well, because even how like empathetic you actually are, how kind you
I'm an
actually
emotional kid, like.
Exactly, but again, it is something what comes forward with the ADHD. You know, even knowing you for so long, you are quite creative. You know, you do enjoy that emotional support with.
Do and I don't. It has its strengths and its weaknesses. So it's like, if I love you, I love you. But if you've hurt us, I'm really hurt. Do you know what I mean? So it's got its things, and like I'm quite hyper vigilant as well. Like I sense energies and stuff, so like I'm constantly second guessing things, and sometimes think people are against us when they're not, and stuff like that. And
we all know you are a little bit of a bad detective.
Yeah, I'd say I'm quite good.
Because yeah, your maths is not that great.
Yeah, maybe not.
But again,
but I'll obsess over it, so it is what it is.
But again, you know, you have got your strengths, and this is what I'm saying, your strengths and your goals. As much as that it's hard with ADHD to focus on starting something, it's also hard to finish something. But with you and your boxing, you do manage to start and finish. Like I was on a little bit of a journey with you with the badminton fight, and that was your goal to win, and you succeeded. And it was a really good challenge, and you absolutely smashed it.
Yeah, so I think you can use it, like they say, ADHD is a superpower, isn't it? It's how you look at it. So I probably make my life so much harder for itself than it could be. So it's just like it's one of them things of like just learning to manage it. Like my dad said a good thing was the other day. He was like, you keep punching yourself in the face, eventually you're going to realise it hurts and stop. So it's like you just got to kind of learn to manage it. And I think like all I get, hopefully the better I'll get at it, and hopefully win some world titles.
Absolutely, and they're on the way to you, hopefully later this year. So please keep in touch and follow April in boxing.
What did you say back to your dad when he said that? Because it's valid advice.
I just said, like, just having a bit of a deep chat of, like, I've got this, like, habit of self-sabotage. I'm like, Dad, why do I keep doing it? And he was like, you've just got lessons to learn. He was like, stop stressing it. He said, listen, it's just a lesson to learn. You'll learn from it. You keep punching yourself in the face, you realise it hurts. You know what I mean? He just speaks very literal, things like that. He's, like, quite spiritual, into God and, like, stuff like that. Like, he's a really good man.
He's a good guy to keep you on your toes a little bit, and somebody to contact when you do sabotage yourself, which is quite often.
Quite regularly.
You leave her alone for one day and then she's and then the world's upside down. But again, you have got good support around you. Besides having us, you've got a good partner. You've got a good family. And they're the little things that you've got to be thankful for. But I would like, if before you do sabotage yourself, is call one of us all. Yeah. So
well, I think hopefully I'll learn that, but it hasn't sunk in yet. But
maybe a few more punches in your face, maybe.
Yeah, maybe fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed. But no, like I say, you've got to go on your strengths, but also the bad things. What also do besides self-sabotaging is like, you don't the consequences. I can never say this word. Decisions, hasty decisions.
It's impulsivity, isn't it? It's like if I'm
do
emotional
that all the time.
If I'm emotional about something, like I won't think, right, well, let's calm down, let's think about this rationing, and like let's cover this at a better time. It'll be like boom, I've got to deal with it there and then. You know what I mean? I can be in the car, the phone rings, I have to get out and answer. It's not like, oh, I'll do that, I'll ring it back. It's like if I think something's going on, I've got to just like deal with it there and then. And I'll be honest, I don't know how I'm like. I don't think I can ever change that either. So it's like it's strange, isn't it? Because it's like, will the meds help it? Who knows? They might.
Is the meds okay on the boxing association?
I think you can get it. What's the word? You can get like a medical request form, but the meds have got the downside as well, haven't they? Do you know what I mean? Like, do you want to be putting some drugs in yourself? But I seen James DeGale, he did a podcast. He was a professional boxer, and he said like meds changed his life. He wish he did them, and I was really against them, really against them. And then I've just kind of hit a stage in my life where I'm like, listen, why not try them? I've got nothing to lose. So,
I think with your diagnosis officially now, to calm that mind down and to make sense of what's going on for you, this is the therapist in me talking. I think you have to try them. And I don't think you're not going to be the only person in a professional sport with ADHD, whether diagnosed or not. And so whatever's in them is surely going to be legit, where you can say, right, I can now function, I can live, I can follow my dreams. Surely you can't be penalised.
I think you've just got to kind of submit it all, but I do know there's a lot of boxers that have ADHD and do box without the meds and just kind of like learn to manage it. So it's a bit of a grey area, to be honest, but it's kind of one of them things.
I think when you say learn to manage, if we wasn't close to you and didn't know the ins and outs, we could quite easily look in at Instagram or just watching you in the gym and go, she manages it easy. She manages ADHD really well. And I think that's the biggest downfall for humans, because we'll look into somebody and go, they're smashing it, or actually he's got his shit under control, and well, if he can cope with ADHD not medicated, then so should I. And the reality is, I think you've got to cut yourself a little bit of slack and go, maybe I admit a little bit of defeat and say, let's see what they can do.
Yeah, I get that. I do. I'm definitely open to it, and it's something I'm going to try, I think. But I think there's two sides to it as well. And it's like when you've got stress going on in your life as well, how much can stress affect your behaviours as well? Do you know what I mean? It's like, I'm at the point where I've got nothing to lose trying them, so I'm definitely going to try them. But then it's like, a part of my brain, this is maybe the overthinking, is like, well, accept this for how I am. I am how I am, and do you know what I mean? I'm going to behave the way I'm going to behave, and do you know what I mean? But then I don't know if that's ego. It's like, it's do you know what I mean? This is like a contrasting thing, but obviously I'm going to try it because it might be life changing. You know what I mean?
And that's it. And I think nobody ever wants to change where you are.
Mm.
And I don't think you want to change the way you are either. But maybe to calm your mind down a little bit.
Yeah.
Because even I know I do work with you quite a bit on the hypnosis side, but that quietens your mind for so long,
Mm-hmm.
and then you might go a day or two, and then you're back overthinking.
Mm-hmm.
But it's something what obviously you've got to try to
course,
help yourself with.
It's like conflicting things, isn't it?
It
It's
is.
like a lot of people think yes, and then if I spoke to my dad, he'd be like, please don't.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's just one of them things that I've got to kind of just do it for myself.
But you got to try it for maybe for you and your partner, just to help things.
Even just for myself, I think. I've done it for myself.
And you know what? If you watch any of our other podcasts when we talk about depression and anxiety and stress, I'm the first one to advocate don't medicate. You know what I mean? Without telling someone not to. It irritates me that that's all the doctors can do, because there's a lot of alternatives. And I think for you, you've tried the alternatives. You know what I mean? We talked in the gym this morning. You've tried the alternatives, and although I wouldn't say go out, even with people with young kids, go and get them medicated, because I'd be thinking, you know what I mean? If one of our little boys was on any spectrum and the first thing they wanted to do was be medicated, I would be against that. Mm-hmm. But speaking to you as an adult, understanding how your mind does sabotage you a lot. Mm-hmm. When you spoke about that other boxer, he wished he had medication quicker. Mm-hmm. Like, your life could be totally different in 12 months if it did exactly what it says on the tin. Because when you say stress adds to some of your overthinking or some of your problems,
I also make a lot of stress for myself.
you self-create that. So when we see a client and they come in and they're absolutely stressed to the max, sometimes they might come with health problems. Their body will respond in a way because of stress. So I absolutely applaud that. You remove the stress, you remove the problem. But for you, the way your brain's wired currently is most of your stress is self-created. Therefore, you're in that vicious cycle. How do you let go of that stress to then feel at ease when your overthinking will create you another problem?
Yeah, I think I've got a contrasting side to that as well, though, in my head. So it's like, I believe I've got stuff going on that when I don't have going on, I'll be a completely different person as well. So it's like, do you know what I mean? Am I medicating my situation, or am I medicating myself? Do you know what I mean? It's like I'm still battling that, but then I just think, well, what have I got to lose? Do you know what I mean? I might not have a health problem, but I've got a few problems I've got going on, so it's just one of them.
And I think naively before, I wouldn't have said ADHD is a health problem, but effectively it is, isn't it? It's you know.
I think until you like see someone's struggles and you like realise, wow, this really affects our life. Do you know what I mean? It does, doesn't it? So, I mean, as I've seen, but it's just a funny one.
But I think listening to you, you've probably taught me more than I could have learnt in a classroom about ADHD. And I remember when one of our, obviously, Kai, when he was probably 2 or 3, his behaviour was off the chart. And my sister then he's got ADHD, he's got this, he wants to get medicated, and the reality is, April, sometimes can it be misdiagnosed because he had no boundaries set. He's had no routine, did he? His personality was a little toad, absolutely. He was the opposite of Evan. Changed his environment and he come here. You've seen him, your hands on, you know, he's golden. Like, people can't say a bad word. Like his report yesterday, I'm proud, he's smashing it. But if at 4 he got a diagnosis because he was naughty and then he's medicated or he's got this label, he would have carried on down that journey of Kai's got ADHD, Kai needs this medication. So I really get the contrasting part of it, because sometimes kids maybe need a different environment or a different...
100%, but what happens if you're an adult and you've already had that? So is it ADHD or is it environmental reactions to things that have happened to you? Do you know what I mean? Or things you've went through or decisions you've made. So it's like, as much as I've got the diagnosis, I'm still kind of battling what it is myself. Do you know what I mean? Like, everyone's different on there. Everyone's brain ticks differently. Everyone's had different circumstances, different childhoods, different responses to things that have made them happen different ways. So it's like, I don't know, I'm still very conflicted myself about it, which is quite mad.
Which is fair. When you did the test,
I was 99 out of 100.
Which is relatively high.
99 out of 100. You had to sit in front of a screen and it would show you like a red dot. And if I hit a red dot again, you'd have to press the button. But you had to sit there for 20 minutes. And like, I didn't realise it was filming us and you had to sit still. And I was so frustrated to the point like I was fuming. Like I had to sit there and do that and it drove us mad. And I compared this results to a normal person. And it was like 99 out of 100. I was like, wow. But is that anxiety? Do you know what I mean? Is that lifestyle? Is it? Do you know what I mean? There is, like, because there's people that don't believe in ADHD. Like, everyone's got problems. Or I'll say, oh, you've got anxiety. Or, well, get on with it. Do you know what I mean? Like, do you know what I mean? It's like people have got them beliefs. There'll be people that'll watch this and they'll be like, oh God.
And maybe that was me even a few years ago when maybe you'd see one of the kids being feral in the playground.
Yeah.
So let's say you were 99. If I was to break it down as therapy, let's remove your anxiety, which could be an environmental thing, and maybe now you're only 79.
Mm-hmm.
Then take into account some of your past experiences, traumas, relationships, and we remove them, and now maybe you're only 49, but you're still 49. Where if you remove my stresses and my environments and my history, I wouldn't be 49. So your level might be extremely, extremely high because of your external factors. But the chart is still there and there's 500,000 people waiting for an assessment for a reason.
I definitely think it's a thing. I'm just still like, there's no measuring stick in it. You can't take them things out of people's lives to know. So is it like, are you born with it or is it environmental? Is it, do you know what I mean? Is it genetic? Is it passed down? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it is a mind thing as well. And I think realistically, it's not about, it is about that dopamine. And that's the key thing. That's the reason why you need that stimulant all the time.
To give you
but also even with yourself. And this goes for a lot of people. Now you've been diagnosed. Sometimes, and I know this because I know you. So you'll go, yeah, it's because I've got ADHD.
Oh, listen, I'll use
it.
So
now, if you can use it, then you use it.
I can use it.
So you
today I'm 99. I've got ADHD.
Today,
tomorrow not.
Tomorrow it's your fault.
Yeah, absolutely. And it's only your fault because I've got ADHD. So like, since you've only been diagnosed probably 2 weeks, and I think I've heard more excuses in 2 weeks that you've got ADHD. But that's what I'm saying.
It's really clever, isn't it?
I didn't mean to do that, but it's because I've got ADHD.
Might have ADHD, but I'm pretty switched on.
The last 2.5 years, it might be because I've got ADHD.
Yeah,
it's 99% sure that I've got ADHD now. So
I suppose it is like nice to have not nice to have a confirmation, but like I don't know. I don't even know. I think I did need it. To be fair, I think I have kind of known.
Yeah, I think everybody knows. I think the first thing what you asked me is, hey mate, do you think I've got ADHD? I'm like, well, I'm not really a doctor, but I think that you are riddled with it.
Yeah, absolutely riddled with it. It's mad though, because like, I can be in certain settings and be different. So I can be in a certain setting and be dead laid back. If I'm in a social setting where I feel a bit uncomfortable, I'll get hyperactive to counteract it. It's like, it's quite mad. So some people will go withdrawn, they're anxious. For me, it's like, I'm bouncing off the walls. And the next day I'm shattered.
Yeah.
Absolutely drained of it. So there's definitely stuff going on, like.
Yeah, and you've got to understand it's hard to live with, but at least now you've got that diagnosis where a lot of people out there is still waiting for that, especially even from like children to even adults.
Yeah, but
and the suffering workplaces as well. Like with your boxing, like you can actually go and sort of be in a gym and enjoy that, where there's people at work who probably sit there and they can't concentrate on the work,
because they're not interested in it. Yeah, so it's like,
it's just they're probably 9 to 5, and imagine you stuck down a 9 to 5 job. It's just tedious, and I think that's when it must be really difficult for people.
Oh yeah, that's where I think like people can't work.
Yeah,
like my cousin, like she can't work.
Yeah.
She's not like, well, she can, she has, but and should like lose jobs and stuff like that. And you can see why, like doing like it's definitely, well, it's a disability, isn't it? It's got its strengths, but it actually is a disability, so it can be. I imagine if I was in a 9-to-5 job, I'd be terrible. I'd be a lot worse than I am now. So
you probably wouldn't start. You would never be able to finish. So
I think I'd be on the door.
But I think that, and that's where you've probably highlighted it to me, because we're not experiencing it with the kids. We might experience it in some of our client work. But I did used to sit there and think, well, maybe they're just a naughty kid, or maybe they just can't be bothered, or they don't want to do something. And the reality is that's not the case.
But it's good to like highlight even my thoughts and my counteracting thoughts, because there could be someone watching thinking, well, I think like that as well. Do you know what I mean?
Good.
And like both sides of it. Like obviously it is a real thing. It's just everyone will manage it differently, and there's people out there that manage it without meds, and there's people that need them, and it's just finding the balance of what works for who.
That's good. Guys, thank you ever so much for listening, and thank you to April for being here today. She will be back at some point to talk a little bit about her life story and where she started and where she is today. So everybody that's got ADHD out there, obviously I hope this helps. But thank you.
Thanks for having us on, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah. Be safe, guys.